701. Guns in the 701.
Straight talk and American grit.
701 Nation.
Your community, your country, your say.
Blackbeard Logic.
Friday nights, sharp minds, sharper debate.
And Sunday Sportsman Devotion with Vance Bishop.
Faith for the field and stream. Sunday, 7 a.m. Mountain, 8 a.m. Central.
Powered by LAUER Auto Repair and Kalen's Auto Service. Additional support from Horton's Lasercraft, Slash H Ranch, and Little Angry Man Firearms LLC.
Pay on my credit card. Yay!
LAUER Auto Repair, located at 309 South Washington Street in Bismarck, North Dakota.
Give them a call at 701-258-6308.
The team of mechanics at LAUER Auto can take care of any problem your vehicle is having. And when you do business with LAUER, you can be assured you're doing business with a pro Second Amendment America First repair shop. There are plenty of other auto repair shops in the Bismarck-Mandan area. But why take a chance at patronizing a shop that might not have your beliefs at heart? Make no mistake.
Make no mistake.
LAUER Auto is your pro Second Amendment repair shop. When you talk to the guys at LAUER Auto, don't forget to tell them that you heard they are a sponsor of Guns and the 701 and that you appreciate their support of our pro Second Amendment, pro North Dakota live stream and podcast. That's LAUER Auto Repair, 701-258-6308.
701-258-6308.
Located 309 South Washington Street in Bismarck, North Dakota.
When you want it done right,
Go where lemons go.
Kalen's Auto Service, owned and operated by Kalen and Misty Foss, lifelong locals with over 25 years experience. From modern rides to classic restorations, they can handle it all. Top quality work, fair price, and honest hometown values. Located just 1 block south of Highway 12 on 6th Avenue West in Lemon, Kalen's Auto Service, serving you with all your auto repair needs.
Till noon, as well as a vast area of North Dakota that does include Bismarck. Ironically, does not include Morton County, although I don't think Morton County is going to be a nice toasty desert either, but wind chills to about 35 below in the cold weather advisory till noon today. In the far southwestern part of the state, winter weather advisory 5 this afternoon Mountain Time till 8 tomorrow morning. 2 to 6 inch snow accumulation. Flat and slippery road conditions and periods of lower visibilities and heavier snow for Golden Valley, Billings, Stark, Slope, Hettinger, Bowman, and Adams counties. In Bismarck at the moment, northwest wind 18, gusting to 29 to make it feel like 19 below. Pressure rising 30.35, relative humidity 69%, cloudy and 2. 811 KFYR Radio, your news and weather authority.
I am the god of KFYR. Todd Mitchell.
Todd Mitchell.
Dakota Mornings with Michael Bell. After 9, Jacob Oderman on the way, plus Representative Dick Anderson. Pore space amalgamation ruling.
I'm gonna give you something to eat.
Lightning Hopkins singing it for the holiday. Christmas song you're not going to hear anyplace else but right here. Deidre's Dates and Deets at 10, and Fred Fridley, the COO of Sanford Bismarck 2025 highlights. That and much more coming up with Michael Bell after 9. Clay and Buck after 11. The KFYR Cafe and Daryl Lee's coming up after 3 o'clock. Guns in the 701. North Dakota gets an F. Why? It's coming up next.
Hey fans, Paul Allen here from Metropolitan Ford. Ford just launched the year-end sales event early. We're talking 0% for 72 months and a free home charger on the all-electric 2025 Mustang Mach-E and F-150 Lightning.
And then
0% for 66 months on 2025 Explorers, F-150s, Escapes, Transit vans, and even some Super Duties.
And then
Ford drops a $1,000 mega bonus cash that stacks with the 0% on Explorers.
And then
No. And then just $0 down, 0 payments for 90 days, and you drive home happy. Metropolitan Ford, where the deals hit harder than a Sunday blitz.
Metropolitan Ford. Find your Ford. Find your freedom.
THC-infused drinks have landed at Total Wine & More with delicious flavors like bold berry, refreshing lemonade, and iced tea. Come grab a 4-pack of THC-infused drinks today. Find what you love what you find. Only at Total Wine & More. Not available at all locations. Consume responsibly. Be 21.
Hey, Tom Selleck here. I believe one of the most important things you can have in this life is freedom. Freedom to live your life the way you want. That's why for generations, millions of Americans have turned to gold and silver for their financial freedom. I had a friend tell me about Goldco, and it turned out they were just what I was looking for. If you want to learn more, visit TomLikesGoldco.com. I think you should give them a try. That's TomLikesGoldco.com.
Get ready for the wildest sight your lawn has ever seen. Sunday, Sunday, Sunday. This spring, unleash soil science like never before. Witness your custom lawn plan and the transformation to a soft green paradise.
Sorry, just trying to get your attention. Sunday is a boringly simple way to get a green, healthy yard. No harsh stuff, no big trucks, no chaos. This holiday, Sunday plans are 20% off. Buy today and lock in your spring subscription. Sunday, smarter lawn care for less. GetSunday.com.
Holidays are hectic. Between family drama, last-minute shopping, and late nights, it can feel like an endurance test. That's why CB Distillery has your ultimate holiday survival plan. Everything you need for a merry holiday is here. You can stuff their stockings with CBD for better sleep, or gift your fitness friends with a pain stick for post-workout pain. Oh, and don't forget to grab a little holiday calm for yourself. Every CB Distillery product is made with premium quality, clean ingredients. No fillers or anything artificial. And with over 2 million customers and a 100% money-back guarantee, it's the gift you can feel good about giving. This year, give yourself and everyone on your list the gift of better sleep, less stress, and pain relief with CBD from CB Distillery. And right now, you can save 25% on your entire purchase with promo code HEALTH. Visit cbdistillery.com and enter code HEALTH. That's cbdistillery.com. cbdistillery.com. Specific product availability depends on individual state regulations.
Get your mother-loving ears on because your big-time radio DJ's got news. PayPal lets you choose how you want to pay for all the stuff. With PayPal, I can pay in-store, pay online, or pay over time. What's that? You want this translated into song? I hope you're sitting down. You can pay your own way. You keep those ears on, you hear? Don't just pay, baby. PayPal.
Learn more at paypal.com.
Too much on your list this season? Get 50% off your first 6 months of payroll at gusto.com/smallbusiness. Gusto saves you 2 days every month on payroll, taxes, and compliance. So you can go from making payroll to making gingerbread houses, checking your books to decking the halls, spreadsheets to snow angels. Switch before the end of the year and there's no need to transfer payroll history. Now that's a reason to be merry. Choose a future with Gusto and get more time for what matters. For a limited time, get 50% off your first 6 months at gusto.com/smallbusiness.
Get rewarded just for shopping with Simon Plus. That means when you get your gifts at Simon Malls, premium outlets, and on shopsimon.com this season, you can get cash back at your favorite stores, access to exclusive offers, and exciting surprises. Join today at simonplus.com. Participation and benefits subject to rewards program terms. See simonplus.com for details.
What time is it? Chumba time. ChumbaCasino.com is the online social casino with over 100 free games. Play anytime, anywhere for your chance to redeem some serious prizes. No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 21 plus. Terms and conditions apply.
This winter, the world will be watching the best skaters chase their Olympic dreams. For your child, that dream could start right here at your local rink. Through Learn to Skate USA, kids build strength, confidence, and courage, the same qualities that take athletes to the Olympic ice. Learn to Skate USA offers programs for skaters of all ages and abilities. This is where the journey begins. Find a program near you at learntosskateusa.com because every champion starts with a first glide.
818. KFYR 550, 99.7 and iHeartRadio. North Dakota gets an F. Clay Peterson, Guns in the 701. What did North Dakota do this time?
Oh, it's great, actually. This is an F score that you want. I mean, usually getting an F means it's bad.
Well, it's one opinion. It's one person's report card that gave it an F, but yeah.
And I mean, you look at it this way and go, you know what? Wear this with a badge of honor from the Giffords Unlawful Center, as I call them, because that's what they are. They don't know nothing about the Second Amendment or Constitution, and that's who North Dakota was awarded their fail, their F. And you know what? It's an okay thing, because it's like 20-some other states join us, so we're in good company, and we should be proud of it. And I sent you that one about Alabama. But then I was glad to see that you sent me this one, and it made me dive more into it.
Well, it's ironic. I got your email and that email like back to back, and I thought, Alabama, heck, we got our own backyard here. Look at this.
Yeah, it's even better yet. It, like I said, it didn't do them any favors, honestly. You know, I don't know. I imagine most people don't give a care about, I'm trying to be politically correct here, care about what we do in North Dakota when it comes to the Giffords Center. But when you look at the two press releases as well, so there it says, North Dakota has some of the weakest gun laws in the country, earning an F to address the crisis, right? Well, if you look at this article, Alabama has some of the weakest laws in the country, earning an F. They just copied and pasted things and sent it out on each state that they deemed to receive the failing score.
Kind of makes you wonder what the other 48 did. I'm guessing California got a C because,
Oh, they got an A.
They got an A, okay.
Well, they got some crazy gun laws out there, so that didn't really surprise me. Yeah, I was like, wow, this is interesting. So wear it proud, North Dakota. Way to go. And really what it comes down to, and I like what the one guy said in the one article, he goes, it just means that the state is now, they're respecting the Second Amendment, something that Giffords can never and will never comprehend. So I look at it that way, too. It means we have the greatest gun laws. You know, we got an F from an anti-gun ideological group. And South Dakota joins that, Wyoming, Alaska. I mean, hey, you know what? We'll tell you, what I was surprised? Florida got a C- is all. They got to step up their game. They got to earn that F score. They really do.
Or step down their game, depending on which point of view you're taking. But yeah.
Well, I love how, too, and then, of course, if you don't know who these people are, she was shot in the head by a leftist crazy man. When that was about 15 years ago. I know I was still a field rep. I was actually getting ready to do a banquet that next day and was in Fargo, and this news comes across in the morning. I was like, oh, that's real great. But it actually helped our banquet. Anyway, 110 people, they say, die every year from, quote, gun violence, which doesn't
2011, so 14 years.
2011, there you go.
She didn't look it up.
Perfect, yeah. And 110 people here supposedly die, but what they don't tell you is they take these stats from the CDC and some other. Most of them, when I looked at them, were self-inflicted or accidental. I mean, accidents happen, but most of them are self-inflicted. So
I guess if you like the CDC numbers during COVID, then you like the CDC numbers on this too, but.
Yeah. I mean, if you were all in on the China virus thing that way, I mean, yeah, then Giffords is your place, probably.
Just saying.
But, yeah, I mean, and I'm good with this. I think this is great. This is great news to see. Thank you, North Dakota, for standing up for the Second Amendment. And North Dakota is pretty good. Our gun laws are not that bad here. Of course, they're still too restrictive for me, and especially when you compare it to our neighbor to the south here, South Dakota, where I was very active for many years. And there's still some things to tweak, but we've made a lot of progress right here in North Dakota just in the last 5 years. So tip your hat, wear that title very proudly, North Dakota, that we got an F from the Giffords Unlawful Center.
See, I would have thought the only place they'd give an A is Australia, but...
No, there was several of the commie states, California, Maine. Get this, Oregon and Washington State got A minuses. I don't know what they did that got them that minus. I mean, come on, they're some of the worst states out there for anti-Second Amendment laws. So,
but in both cases, and particularly Oregon too, but I mean to a lesser extent Washington. If you take away the far western parts of the state, so you're getting rid of Seattle, Portland, and all that, and just take it's like Minnesota. Get rid of the Twin Cities, and it's a different mindset. Oregon, get rid of Portland, it's a different mindset. Washington, get rid of Seattle, Tacoma, Everett, it's a different mindset.
They kind of got the east-west divide, honestly, in both Oregon and Washington. I mean, you think about it, you get towards that eastern side of those states, it gets very conservative because they're butting up against states like Idaho, things like that. And you look at that breakdown county by county, but they're controlled by the west side where the big populations are. It's no different than Minnesota. Minnesota, when you break the map out, my goodness, them counties they bleed red until you get around, Hennepin, the Twin Cities area.
The Twin Cities and the Arrowhead, those are the two areas. But, yeah.
And then they get awfully blue.
And maybe Clay County, I guess, too, because, Fargo-Moorhead, but...
Fargo-Moorhead. Yep. Yeah. We've got it going on here in North Dakota. We know where the blue strongholds are, and I am fearful, and I've been watching these numbers for years in North Dakota. If we don't change how we elect our representatives and senators, rather than if it doesn't go back to being based on population and keeps this idea that we're going to keep 49 districts, I think we got 47, I think we can have up to 49, and just do it based on 2 reps, 1 senator, and divide it by the population, we will here in 10 years or less, you will see this state turn more purple. Because those areas in Fargo are going to keep growing, therefore they're going to gain districts because their districts are shrinking, but they still get the same representation of 2 reps and 1 senator. That will create more senators and more reps in the legislature for those liberal areas. So it's a real thing. If the population keeps going the way it's going and the numbers, you're going to see that result, and that'll be a bad thing. Just keep that in mind.
826, Clay Peters and Guns in the 701. When we come back, South Dakota's going to make some headway. We'll talk about that and much more coming up. Guns in the 701 on KFYR.
It's a new talk show just for the Dakotas. Dakota Mornings with Michael Bell. Weekdays from 9 till 11 on KFYR 550, 99.7, and iHeartRadio.
Here's your AccuWeather forecast. Today, expect cloudy skies with a noticeable breeze leading to a significant drop in temperatures. It will be bitterly cold, so make sure to dress warmly in layers. The high will reach 3 degrees. Tonight will remain overcast and frigid with a chance of light snow, but with minimal accumulation. Be sure to bundle up as it will feel like the middle of winter with a low of 3 degrees below zero. Tomorrow will bring partly sunny skies, but persistently bitter cold conditions with a high of 5 degrees. With your AccuWeather forecast, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg.
Right now, it's 1 above.
It's Mitchell in the morning, KFYR 550.
North Dakota Ag Commissioner Doug Goring said every producer owed money by Hansen-Muller should be receiving a message to file a claim, and the USDA eliminates the option for farmers to increase prevented planting coverage under crop insurance. Todd Mitchell, pinch hitting for Shannon Dean on the Dakota Farm and Ranch Report.
In the heart of the North, strength isn't just found, it's grown.
From the first thaw to the final harvest,
our fields thrive with the toughness found in our Husky brands. Powered by innovation, proven by performance. That's the heart of the North. The strength of a Husky, backed by the cereal experts at Bayer, because trust is earned season after season. Always read and follow pesticide label directions. Copyright 2025 Bayer Group. All rights reserved.
KFYR.
Welcome back to the Dakota Farm and Ranch Report presented by Proseed. Well, our weather is definitely making its presence felt. What a week with warm temperatures and now headed into the deep freeze for a couple of days anyway. Looking across the northern plains, cold air will flow into the region here into the weekend, and that will be replaced by largely warm air into next week. We'll see what Mother Nature has in store for us. Midwestern farmers say that trade disputes with China now are taking a toll. Minnesota grower Gene Stiley feared tariffs would hurt his corn, soybean, and wheat sales, and now he feels those concerns have come true. President Trump announced $12 billion in one-time payments to offset losses, but producers argue that that aid is not going to cover the rising costs and the decline of exports. It's a bridge, not a solution, said farmer Charlie Radman, noting growers want certainty, not bailouts. Soybean farmers, who export half of their crops, have been hit hardest after China cut purchases and turned to South America for their crop. Even if Beijing fulfills recent pledges, sales would only return to pre-trade war levels. Farmers stress that the need to expand markets beyond China and boost domestic demand through biofuels, ethanol, and animal feed. North Dakota State University's Bison Strides program will host military kids, a military kids horse camp coming up this Saturday, December 14th from 1 to 3 p.m. at the NDSU Equine Center in North Fargo. An open house for military family members, veterans, and their families will follow from 3 to 4 p.m., and that is co-hosted by the Cass County Veterans Services. Program Director Erica Berg says that the events are a chance for families to connect and learn more about Bison Strides resources available in the Fargo-Moorhead area. Bison Strides uses horses to help participants build confidence, strength, mindfulness, and independence. Registration is required for the camp, but there is no cost to attend. One can sign up at ndsu.ag/BiStridesVets or by calling NDSU. And cattle prices have surged above market fundamentals through late summer and fall, and fed animals topping $240 per hundredweight when reports suggested closer to $215. Box beef values often exceeded $370, leaving packers paying more than break-even levels. That imbalance has persisted, with packer margins under pressure for more than 2 years. Fed cattle prices have now retreated, pulling smaller animal prices lower as well. Long-run fundamentals remained unchanged. Commercial slaughter shows fed cattle numbers down nearly 7% this year, with further declines expected in 26 and 27. Supplies will tighten, production will fall, and consumption will ease. Cow prices remain firm, while heifer replacements have dropped, hinting at a modest herd rebuilding. Packers continue to face profitability challenges, signaling structural adjustments ahead for the beef industry. That is the latest on the Dakota Farm and Ranch Report, presented by Proceed. I'm Shannon Dean.
KFYR, your ag authority.
With new McValue at McDonald's, you get more than you expect. So after a long day, buy a double cheeseburger and add a McChicken for $1. Because saving with deals is always on the menu with new McValue.
Prices and participation may vary. Valid for item of equal or lesser value.
Get your mother-loving ears on, because your big-time radio DJ's got news. PayPal lets you choose how you want to pay for all the stuff. With PayPal, I can pay in-store, pay online, or pay over time. What's that? You want this translated into song? I hope you're sitting down. You can pay your own way. You keep those ears on, you hear? Don't just pay, baby. PayPal.
Learn more at paypal.com.
Every Olympic dream starts with a first glide. Through Learn to Skate USA, kids build confidence, strength, and joy on the ice. Learn to Skate USA offers programs for skaters of all ages and abilities. Find a program near you at learntosskateusa.com.
Get rewarded just for shopping with Simon Plus. That means when you get your gifts at Simon Malls, premium outlets, and on shopsimon.com this season, you can get cash back at your favorite stores, access to exclusive offers, and exciting surprises. Join today at simonplus.com. Participation and benefits subject to rewards program terms. See simonplus.com for details.
550.
Today's breaking news. This happened.
All of the information.
This happened.
This madness.
It's news.
The day's happenings.
We don't know what's going to happen.
Every day.
We'll keep you updated.
The legendary voice of the Northern Plains. KFYR 550, 99.7, and iHeartRadio.
Fox News, I'm Therese Crowley.
We're all Kilmar.
Protesting in the dark as Kilmar Abrego Garcia arrived for an early morning Baltimore ICE check-in the day after a district judge released the so-called Maryland man from ICE custody as he continues fighting deportation to Africa or Costa Rica. The illegal migrant also charged with human smuggling in Tennessee. The media are warned by a Utah judge no more mistakes like showing the shackles on the suspected Charlie Kirk assassin Tyler Robinson at his first court hearing Thursday, or he'll ban cameras from court. The 22-year-old seen smiling and joking with his lawyer at the pretrial hearing. President Trump signs an executive order on artificial intelligence limiting how states can make their own regulations and embed AI with their own biases. And a Hard Rock betting survey finds a quarter of Americans plan their Christmas around sports. Football still tops. America's listening to Fox News.
And now from North Dakota's news authority, Todd Mitchell, KFYR Radio News.
Cold weather advisory till noon. Wind chill at 29 below at the moment. Not going to get much warmer today. We'll see if the wind can die down a little bit. A bit of snow, a possibility tonight, 3 below. Partly sunny, 5 above tomorrow. 10 below tomorrow night, but then Sunday 19, Monday 35. And AccuWeather says Tuesday should get to 50. A Stanley woman pled not guilty to murder in the case of her foster daughter. Her husband also pleading not guilty. Raymond and Jamie Johnson appeared in court yesterday. The Johnsons stand accused of murdering their 3-year-old autistic foster daughter after a 911 call back in March led to an investigation that found the 3-year-old had died of blunt force trauma to the head. Prosecutors dropped extradition efforts for that man connected to the deadly shooting in Fargo. 22-year-old Tyrek Jones was connected to that 19-year-old Azim Holmes shooting back in August that 2 others were wounded in. He'd been arrested in Minneapolis, but interviews and video analysis show the investigative focus is moving away from him and onto another suspect. North Dakota Game and Fish announcing free ice fishing weekend, end of the month, 27th and 28th. 2 days you can fish without a license. Opportunity to try fishing. And dry sober or get pulled over. The campaign starts today, runs through the end of January. Law enforcement rolling out extra patrols. KFYR Radio News Time, 8:35.
At Puckwood Chevrolet, our legacy.
Get your mother-loving ears on because your big-time radio DJ's got news. PayPal lets you choose how you want to pay for all the stuff. With PayPal, I can pay in-store, pay online, or pay over time. What's that? You want this translated into song? I hope you're sitting down. You can pay your own way. You keep those ears on, you hear? Don't just pay, baby. PayPal.
Learn more at paypal.com.
This winter, the world will be watching the best skaters chase their Olympic dreams. For your child, that dream could start right here at your local rink. Through Learn to Skate USA, kids build strength, confidence, and courage, the same qualities that take athletes to the Olympic ice. Learn to Skate USA offers programs for skaters of all ages and abilities. This is where the journey begins. Find a program near you at learntosskateusa.com because every champion starts with a first glide.
Get rewarded just for shopping with Simon Plus. That means when you get your gifts at Simon Malls, premium outlets, and on shopsimon.com this season, you can get cash back at your favorite stores, access to exclusive offers, and exciting surprises. Join today at simonplus.com. Participation and benefits subject to rewards program terms. See simonplus.com for details.
Here's your AccuWeather forecast. Today, expect cloudy skies with a noticeable breeze leading to a significant drop in temperatures. It will be bitterly cold, so make sure to dress warmly in layers. The high will reach 3 degrees. Tonight will remain overcast and frigid with a chance of light snow, but with minimal accumulation. Be sure to bundle up as it will feel like the middle of winter with a low of 3 degrees below zero. Tomorrow will bring partly sunny skies, but persistently bitter cold conditions with a high of 5 degrees. With your AccuWeather forecast, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg.
It is 2 in Bismarck right now at KFYR 550, but that wind does make it feel like 19 below, hence the cold weather advisory. 8:37, more with Clay Peterson Guns in the 701 next.
Attention parents.
Watch your child go from ABCs to confident readers in just 30 days with Hooked on Phonics. It only takes 15 minutes a day to unlock the most important life skill for their future, reading. We transform kids no matter their starting point with fun lessons, catchy songs, and guaranteed results. 1 grade level jump or your money back. Right now, get free access to Hooked on Math and Spelling apps, plus your first month for just $1. Visit hookedonphonics.com today and unleash your child's reading potential.
No matter where life takes you, it's never been easier to keep your home connected and protect what matters most with the latest tech from the Home Depot. Smart cameras and floodlights give you peace of mind and help you stay aware from anywhere. Do life safer when you shop top brand home security, always at our everyday low prices. Smart homes start here. The Home Depot. How doers get more done.
On Fox 1, now you can stream your favorite live sports, so you can be there live for the biggest moments. Touchdown! And catch history in the making. Fox 1, we live for live. Streaming now.
Does it ever feel like you're a marketing professional just speaking into the void? But with LinkedIn ads, you can know you're reaching the right decision makers, a network of 130 million of them, in fact. You can even target buyers by job title, industry, company, seniority, skills, and did I say job title? See how you can avoid the void and reach the right buyers with LinkedIn ads. Spend $250 on your first campaign and get a free $250 credit for the next one. Get started at linkedin.com/campaign. Terms and conditions apply.
This is Bowen Yang from Las Culturistas with Matt Rogers and Bowen Yang.
And I'm Matt Rogers from the very same podcast. And guess what?
What?
It's the holiday season. And you know what that means? Holiday parties, Bo.
Holiday parties. They're the best, but there's always the stress of what to wear, what to bring.
Easy solution, okay? Bring a bottle of Casamigos.
Casamigos? Wow, that is the move.
You can make Casamigos mules.
Or Casamigos espresso martinis.
Or Casamigos cran.
And don't forget about
Casamigos margaritas! A Casamigos margarita is the perfect cocktail all year round.
Casamigos is just the perfect gift that keeps on giving.
And as the saying goes, anything goes with my Casamigos. On second thought, a holiday party might be in order.
That's a great idea.
Please drink responsibly. Imported by Casamigos Spirits Company, White Plains, New York. Casamigos Tequila, 40% alcohol by volume.
There's certainly no Christmas like a Cracker Barrel Christmas. We're here for you all season long with the warmth, flavor, and comfort you've been craving. The meals that bring you joy and the old country store you remember. Make Christmas all the more merry, only at Cracker Barrel.
Being diagnosed with multiple myeloma was life-changing for both me and my family. When my body stopped responding to treatment, I began searching for other options. This led me to CAR T-cell therapy, a personalized treatment that's made from my own blood cells, which are then genetically modified to find and attack cancer cells. If your multiple myeloma treatment isn't working or your cancer has come back, learn more about CAR T-cell therapy at discoverCAR-T.com. Then ask your doctor if CAR T-cell therapy might be an option for you.
It's too early to run out of fuel. So why not fill up with a premium gasoline that gives you more protection, more performance, and more power for your morning commute? Shell V-Power Nitro Plus is a fuel like no other, removing up to 100% of performance-robbing deposits to rejuvenate your engine's performance. Shell V-Power Nitro Plus Premium Gasoline. Get more performance with every drive. Compared to lower-octane fuels and gasoline direct injection engine fuel injectors, actual effects and benefits may vary according to vehicle type, driving conditions, and driving style.
At CVS, it matters that we're not just in your community, but that we're part of it. It matters that we're here for you when you need us, day or night. And we want everyone to feel welcomed and rewarded. It matters that CVS is here to fill your prescriptions and here to fill your craving for a tasty and, healthy snack. At CVS, we're proud to serve your community because we believe where you get your medicine matters. So visit us at cvs.com or just come by our store. We can't wait to meet you. Store hours vary by location.
842 at KFYR Guns in the 701 with me here on Fridays on KFYR 550, and it's usually Clay Peterson, although sometimes he delegates that authority to people like Leon Francis, who's a wonderful friend. He it got to be a standard thing when he was filling in on that other show, and I'd be hearing him on KFYR that I would have Hubble House send some grits over. Knowing what a fan of grits, being a native Louisianan or whatever the word is they use. So yeah, it got to be a running thing. Like every time he was on, I'd send over a bunch of grits. And
that's hilarious.
So he knew where they were from. And
well, speaking of Leon, I mean, tonight, don't forget everybody, 5 p.m. Mountain, 6 p.m. Central, Blackbeard Logic, right here on Guns in the 701 Network. I mean, we got everything. We got it made, right?
Amen. Like that network name there?
Yeah.
Who came up with that one?
That would be the infamous Todd Mitchell, the radio god. No.
Well,
yeah, we went with it. I was like, you know what? We're getting more shows, and we got another one coming in January.
That's what I kept thinking. I'm like, if you got 3 or more shows, just call it a network and be done with it, because it is one.
Yeah.
You know?
Finally, I just did it, Todd.
Plus, it makes it sound bigger and, whatever. But anyway.
And we keep growing, it seems like, which is good. I mean, like anything, it takes some time. We've been at this a little over 3 years, and now we're working. We'll be coming in. We're doing our 3rd year, and we're halfway through that, basically. Yeah, coming up on 4 years next year.
Just one more thing that being on KFYR radio has helped.
Absolutely. And like I said, I can't thank you guys enough. I mean, you and I, when we first talked, you're like, well, get on the iHeart thing. So we did that, and boom, we made it happen. And by the way, I'll be coming back, not that there was no issues going on with me and Michael Bell on Dakota Morning. I just couldn't do it at the moment. Be back in January, and then we're going to try to make that happen every single month again. I can't do it the first Monday, so I'll be January 12th returning with Michael. Looking forward to that. And then we're working to make that happen every month, just like always. There's always going to be a Monday I might not be able to do it.
It's called life.
It's called life. Yeah, it's not my full-time job.
What?
I guess.
But it will be one day. You're going to have to quit all your other jobs because you're going to be far too busy with everything going on with the Guns in the 701 enterprise.
If we get that big, I'll be the owner, and I'll manage the overall, and I'll hire somebody to do the day-to-day.
You'll be chairman, CEO, but get grunts to do the real, the work that's busy
the corporate
stuff.
Structure, executive vice president, how that goes.
Yeah.
Hire somebody.
Exactly.
Maybe Leon's looking, maybe we'll hire Leon.
I have punchlines, but I'm just going to leave it alone.
I know. Well, I keep telling him he's my DEI hire.
I'm glad you said it, not me. I was about to, and then I thought I probably shouldn't. So I'm glad you did.
If he's tuned in right now, I know he's laughing.
I know, that's just it. That's just it. That's the only reason I would have gone ahead and said it is I know he would laugh at that, and he would take that ball and run.
Oh, heck yeah.
Because
he probably will tonight. Who knows?
Clay Peterson, Guns in the 701, 845 at KFYR. South Dakota leaders pushing to deregulate suppressors. Wow.
Yeah, so I posted this earlier on my Facist-Book page because I got on there once in a while. And someone said, well, that ain't going to matter anymore. And I responded back and said, yeah, it will. Because, see, every state has this pretty much. They kind of reflect what the feds are doing. It's still going to be an NFA item federally. But getting it off of the rolls in the states where it's not considered anything anymore, it's just boom. It's just another piece of, it's like another piece to your gun, like a magazine is, if they can get this through. And I'm going to visit with Brian Gosh because I know Brian pretty good. He's their liaison down there now for NRA. I think they can get it done. It makes a lot of sense. Change it so that at the state level, it's not going to be a regulated item anymore. They're going to remove it from the state-controlled weapons list because it's not a weapon. And that would be great. And if all these states do this, that's going to give a lot more standing, as I expect, because there's several court cases right now, being the tax stamp goes from $200 to $0 at the first of the year. Now it's not really a tax anymore, right? I mean, it's $0. That's going to now give standing in the courts to move this through up to the Supreme Court and say, well, the whole basis was it was a tax. They actually called it that. Well, it's zero, so it's not really a tax anymore, so why do we have it? I really think that's the avenue to get rid of the National Firearms Act, and I hope it happens. So, yeah, South Dakota's doing this. Senator Casey Crabtree, I don't know this guy, but I like what he's doing here. He's A-rated from the NRA. Again, these guys that always say, oh, NRA don't do nothing. Here they are. They're working hard on this. They're talking to their legislators, and they're making huge strides to make sure that they're making huge strides to make sure that South Dakota maintains that F rating from the Giffords group. I love it,
In case you're just joining us, North Dakota, South Dakota, and a few other states got an F, but you want the F.
You want the F.
Because it's an anti-gun organization, and if you're getting an A from them, then I'm guessing you have some policies that don't work, like, South Chicago, for example, or whatever.
Yeah, pretty much any of those states that got an A got problems, even though that isn't how they spin it. But yeah, I'm really excited to see this. I mean, you got NRA on board with this, National Shooting Sports Foundation. I know that if we, I got to check. I'm sure that it's still listed in North Dakota. I did not have time to go check century code, but I imagine. Maybe it's something we look at for 2027 right here in North Dakota. And it's kind of symbolic, but it has a little bit of grit there, because then when they go to court on the federal levels, they can cite all the states and go, listen, look, the states have now removed it. Being it's a zeroed out tax, they removed it from their lists. So obviously they don't look at it as a constitutional thing anymore either. So just keep that in mind, and I guarantee you that Governor Kelly Armstrong will definitely, I bet you money he'd sign that. He's about as pro 2A as governor as I've ever met. So, we can't have any issues there, I'm pretty sure. So he's a big hunter, big shooter, loves his firearms as much as me or Jamie or anybody or Leon. I mean, yeah, it's just that's the way it goes. So, yeah. Great. I'm great. I really love the fact that South Dakota's taken lead up here in our area, though.
Yeah, no doubt. 849 at KFYR, Clay Peterson, Guns of the 701, something that would not have happened in the Biden administration. The Department of Education granting a firearms research center nearly $1 million, but the DOE did that in the Trump administration. So what's going on there? How'd they score that?
Well, I think it's it's a bigger picture within the Trump administration. I mean, we just saw also Attorney General Dillon, Harmit Dillon. She basically is doing I think she's heading up the Civil Rights Division now, is what it's called, and that's in the U.S. Department of Justice. Which their primary goal is Second Amendment's rights section right there in that particular division now. So, I mean, we've never had that before. So I imagine this is part of it. They're probably working together. But all of those heads in his cabinet have been directed to, let's see what we can do for the Second Amendment. This is just another one. Department of Ed, they gave them almost $1 million. University of Wyoming has the Firearms Research Center. I think they created it in 2023. And its whole focus is to develop teaching tools for secondary school teachers, really anybody, and have it grounded actually in the content of its creation when it comes to Second Amendment. I don't know, Todd, but I've even taught this even in Lemon High School, but it's gotten better. They don't have a true understanding of the 27 words of the Second Amendment, or really even the Constitution as a whole. I mean, I even taught several teachers that call this a democracy. Ain't wrong. This is a representative constitutional republic. We are not a democracy. We have representatives, and they go to Congress. We're not going to go into the history lesson here.
I was going to say.
Yeah.
It's already 8:51, Clay. I don't have time for that 9-minute civics lesson, plus everything else I got to get done today. So,
well, if anyone wants to look it up, just search Armed with Knowledge, because that's kind of that's what it's going to be called. It's a 2-year initiative being funded at the University of Wyoming in their College of Law. And yes, it's a university. I understand that, everybody. But in that particular division, we have pro-Second Amendment people. I can't think of a better state for this to be grounded in, honestly, because I know that they're going to give a clear lens through a really nonpartisan
I mean, it may not be Hillsdale, but it's not Berkeley either, so.
Exactly. There you go. And I think they're going to do a fantastic job.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to see what they develop, because this might be something that, even little guys like us out here with little podcasts and live streams, maybe we can get some great information and be that arbiter that gets that out in our state.
No doubt.
Hopefully that's how it works out.
We'll have to do this one quick, Clegg. Home intruder shot dead after knocking down neighbor's door in an ongoing feud, the Hatfields and the McCoys, if you will.
Oh, yeah. And I did look up some of the local stuff. Wasn't a lot out there, but this happened in Weld County, Colorado. Neighbor dispute, and it sounds like it's long-standing. I'm not going to go into detail. But the suspect, he comes into the guy's home, really actually kicks in the door, literally. He was warned, it doesn't say it in this. He was warned. He was given plenty of notice, get out, and it didn't happen. So the resident grabbed his firearm, because the way it sounded, the guy had a bat or a pipe or something in his hand, was going to do some bodily harm to this gentleman. He just ventilated him. They call him the suspect. I call him the happy ending, because he's no longer here to do harm. Was not a nice gentleman from the local news articles on it. And when he called the cops, he said, "Here's what I did." The way it sounds, it looks like everything's justified. There's actually some video footage of it. And he defended himself. So that is our happy ending. We now have a guy that had problems to begin with. Long history of violence, essentially, and now he's been ventilated by a upstanding, law-abiding Second Amendment person.
Don't forget, 50 cops watch a bank robber rob a bank. The second he gets out the door, he's a suspect.
Yeah, suspect.
That's kind of how it works. Clay Peterson, Guns of the 701 Network.
Yeah, network. Thank you. Anyway, and
my contribution to the cause.
Yeah, next week I will not be on Wednesday. I'm going to be on Thursday night. Again, I love going to our Advent services, so that's where I'll be Wednesday night. But tune in. David Fetting, 1760 Sports LLC, right out of Mandan, guys. He's going to be joining us. We're going to talk about public versus private land access for hunting, because he hunts on a lot of public access. We're going to talk about guns, and he's a big long-range shooter. He actually was a North Dakota State champ in one of the classes here last year. So, yeah, he's got some knowledge. Tune in for that. That'll be our last live broadcast for the year. And, of course, tonight, don't want to miss Leon Francis, Blackbeard Logic, 5 p.m. Mountain, 6 p.m. Central. And then the Sunday Sportsman's Devotion with Vance Bishop, 8 o'clock Central in the morning, right here on Guns in the 701 Network.
There you have it, Clay Peterson. You have a great weekend, and talk to you next week before our last one before Christmas. So.
Absolutely. Appreciate everything you've done for us.
Means I got to get my Christmas gift for you before then.
Well, I might have a little something for you if I get up there.
Really?
I put something together for you, but I got to get up there first.
All right. Well, you take care.